Here we go. What up, everybody? You're now tuned into Candid Conversations. I'm your host, Brandon Lampley, back again today with another live stream, man. See, I knew y'all thought I wasn't going to be back today. I know, because I say it all the time. I was like, yeah, I'll do a show this day, and then, whatever happens, the show don't happen. But we back again today, for sure. So you thought I was plate pimping. They thought I was candy. But man, we getting back into it today. I got my brother Sean Taylor with me again today. What's going on with your brother?
What's going on, baby? Hey, man, it's a great day to be alive, bruh. Everything good. No complaints. No complaints, homie. No complaints. What you think about this Georgia, Florida, man? Who taking it? Who you got? What you got? What you got?
It's got to be Georgia, dog. Georgia's too strong, man. Georgia should win this game. Georgia don't win this game. Just Kirby Smart go and pack it up. Because you got to beat this Florida team with this Georgia team. They loaded top to bottom at Georgia.
They is, man. I know how people like to be optimistic and these teams know each other. The guys been playing against each other since high school, blah blah blah. But that is true. Florida's gonna play hard, but Georgia got too much smoke, man. Georgia got too much. They got too much.
Yeah. And that don't put a whole lot of expectation on the freshman, Anthony Richardson for Florida. Yes, from what we've seen, 6'4", 240, dude, a great basketball player. I think he ran track. Seen him doing flips, standing back flips. I mean, he's super athletic. He's a great young talent. But this Georgia defense is something else. Now, if he shines today, hey, the legend is born. But even if he falters today, hey, it's a Georgia defense, one of the best in the country. And he's a freshman. Just don't forget that.
Right. Good info. This is true.
But yeah, man. So till today, we will be talking about fear. And fear is something that I don't know. It's talked about, but it's never. I don't hear many in-depth talks about fear in itself. They'll talk about things that are caused by fear, things that surround it. Some of the forms it comes in, but they don't really talk about it specifically, how it affects you, how to overcome it. You don't hear a lot about it. People just tell you one thing they tell men is just man up. That's the rallying cry. Man up, dude. Yeah. Man up.
Yeah. All the time. All the time.
So, look, you just want to give y'all the definition so you guys will know. Fear, an unpleasant emotion caused by the belief that someone or something is dangerous, likely to cause pain or a threat. Now, that's one definition. And then say, be afraid of someone or something as likely to be dangerous, painful, or threatening. Now, this is the other one. Fear, when you're afraid of someone or something, the threat of, pain or whatever. Everybody kind of understands that. You learn that very early, even as a child, before you can even really speak. But the being afraid of something, that's the one right there. And I kind of want to touch on that to start out with. Specifically, going through life. I realized that in order for me to achieve what I want to achieve, I have to let go of fear. I can't. It's a saying on the wall next to the restroom at your gym, and it has what's the Steve Jobs on the wall. They say the people who are crazy enough to think they could change the world are the ones that do. And I see that, and those are the people. You don't have. It's not that you have reckless abandon. It's just that you don't let fear paralyze you and hold you back. I mean, we don't have any of these innovations. We're not sitting on StreamYard right now, with you in one location, I'm in one location, streaming for everybody in the world to see if men were fearful and didn't continue to press forward, developing technologies, exploring uncharted territories and terrain. So we weren't built on fear. That's not what the society is about. We're not built on fear, but we live in comfortability today. So it becomes very easy to be fearful when you're comfortable.
Yeah, man. That's good, man. That's why, I pride myself on being comfortable daily on purpose, man. And fear to me, fear is pretty much an illusion, man, that we can make our reality, So fear will hold you back. It will cripple you, man. It will Fear will just have you just living in a place of comfort. I'm gonna give you a perfect example of fear. So fear kept me from starting my business pretty much 15 years ago. Because I got so comfortable in knowing that, see, something about a paycheck, it's coming once a week,
Mm-hmm.
twice a week, it's coming that month, you know what day it's going to happen on, man, you got, that's guaranteed money in the bank, and after you've worked for companies and people for several years, that's a big comfort zone to step out of. So for
Mm-hmm.
me, man, I was crippled by fear. I wish I'd have started my business 15 years ago, opposed to 7 years ago. So, but I couldn't get out of that realm. Like, man, that's guaranteed. But with a business, ain't nothing guaranteed. So in business, you living uncomfortable every single day on
Yeah.
purpose, betting on yourself, knowing that, believing in your capabilities, that you are going to make it happen. Even if you don't have a clue of how you're going to make it happen. You live in fear. Well, you live outside of fear every day because you're just going out there and you just doing it. You're just doing it,
Yeah.
man. You're just doing it.
Yeah.
And if you're not afraid of, or if you don't have fear of what you're going to do anyway, there's something wrong with that. But when you break out of that fear and you start pursuing what you are doing, what you was supposed to do, when you look fear in the face and be like, no, I'm gonna overcome this, man, that's a beautiful thing. So
Yeah,
beautiful.
that man, that is a beautiful thing. And you were right about that fear. I mean, those who have jobs, especially those in corporate America, they got those, you making, 70, 80, 100K plus a year,
Right.
but you're
Hmm.
working for someone else. And that's like you said, that money is coming. You go to work and that money is coming. But
Right.
to go away from that and start your own, that right there, we talked about that the other day. What's up, Miss Robin Brooks? She said, "Hey,
Hey,
uh,
Miss Robin.
um, to leave a what would be a guaranteed salary to go venture out and to start your own business, become an entrepreneur, and do it yourself. I mean, most people aren't going to do that because they're
Right.
fearful of doing it. That's what it's like.
Right.
You starting your business. I said most people don't even have the gumption to even do that, to even look
Right.
into it and think about it or try to do it because fear. Fear.
Right.
That's one of
Right.
the reasons why I'm going to do what I'm doing. And I'm, changing my landscape because I have to take the training wheels off. I have to. I'm not going to
Hmm.
go very far with these training wheels on. I got to take them off. And I think that's and my next step in manhood, period. Because dude,
Right.
you look back on the men that built this world, I've never seen an ounce of fear in their eyes when I've seen them on pictures. Haven't seen it. They look like they're
Hmm.
looking forward into the future, waiting for anything that comes their way, waiting to take it
Right.
on. And
Hmm.
we live a sedentary lifestyle. We're very comfortable, of course, and that's what it's going to lead to. Stagnation. And I was
Right.
stagnant for a couple of years. They stopped. I didn't eat right, didn't work out, didn't achieve, didn't want better. I was just going to work, going home, and that's all I was doing. Fear is what kept me in that place. It wasn't
Hmm.
until I was like, you know what? I figured it out. People really don't care. So once you realize people don't care, that'll eliminate a lot of your fear right there. Because
Oh
let's not
yeah.
forget the fear of being without if you leave your job, the fear of failing in the business is one thing. But the one of the fears that's most powerful seems like is being fearful of what people is going to say or what they think of you. I think we talked a little bit
Hmm.
about that yesterday.
Yeah, man. Yeah, man. Yes, that's why you have to. And I made a podcast the other day. I want to say it was on Monday. That you gotta, man, you forget about what people think of you, man. You can't even be who you really want to be because you're fearful what people think. You got people doing so many different things outside of themselves that's not even them because they are fearful of what people say or what people are going to think. Until you get
Mm-hmm.
to that place to where you don't care what nobody thinks, you ain't never gonna know what true living is, man. But when you get
Yep.
to that point, oh man, when you get to that point, when you get to the point of being fearless, that's when you start really living in a exhilarating type way.
Mm-hmm.
And a lot of people think they living. No, you're not living until you stop living in fear.
Yeah.
That's when you begin to start living.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And like you said it, man. Once you're no longer fearful of telling people the truth, that that is freeing right there. Because when you can tell someone the truth and you don't have to lie and you don't have to remember the lie, no, that's
Mm,
exhilarating in itself.
right.
And because most people don't tell people the truth, people are they're gonna respect you for telling the truth. See, Jill
Right.
Williams says this topic is fire. So many people forget that in corporate America, you are replaceable. Yes, you are. You're a body. If you got hit by a bus, they will replace you the next day. Do what makes you happy and live outside the comfort zone. The comfort zone, but the comfort zone is so comforting, isn't it, Sean? The comfort zone is just
Mm,
it's just like a it's like a mom putting a warm blanket over you in a cold evening. It's just it's so comfortable. And you can get
hmm.
that, but being in the comfort zone is a slow death. It's a slow death.
Yeah, it
Yeah,
is, man. It limits you. It limits you. It's pretty much like I said the other day, man. It keeps you in a mental prison, pretty much. And that's exactly what it does, man. That comfort zone, you know, there's no challenge, there's no adversity, there's no promotions in it. That comfort zone just
yeah,
keeps you in that place to where you have pretty much you stunt your own growth. There is no growth in the comfort zone. But a lot of people, man, have lived their life, all their lives, in that comfort zone, man.
yeah.
And they would admire or envy something another person that's actually out there doing that they want to do too, but they comfortable.
Comfortable. That's
Hmm.
it. Yeah,
That's
that's
it,
it,
bro.
man. Being
Man.
comfortable, it stunts it does it stunts your growth. You will until you're ready to venture out and basically go out into uncharted territory, discover new things. You're going to always be regretful. That's one of the reasons why I said I had to get past this fear, because had I not going down this path and continue to ply forward, because I told you I'm in it now. I'm 10 toes down, riding till the wheels fall off. I'm here.
Hmm.
But had I before I decided that and before I let fear go, I let it paralyze me. And for so long, I sat on my gifts. I sat on them, wasted away, just wasting away, wasting away, wasting away, not investing in myself, and not and allowing the fear to basically just to trap me.
Right.
And once I started, it was so freeing. One of the things about what true happiness, I would say, is accomplishing goals. So getting out of
Hmm.
that mind, that fearful mind, and going out adventuring, setting goals, and then accomplishing them, that is true happiness. So when I started this and I started doing it, dude, this has been some of the happiest times of my life, because I'm actually doing the things that I want to do, free of fear, regardless of what people say, how they say it. Oh, you didn't like that show I did? Okay, who cares? I don't care. I'm going to continue to do it, regardless of what you think about it, because I know somebody out there can use this information and it can help someone.
Mm.
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah, man. So B, let me ask you this. What was the straw that broke the camel's back to get you to step out of that? What's the
The
final
straw,
straw?
that, the final straw. Um, I would say really it was turning 30. I talk about that all the time. Turning
Wow.
30 changed my life. It changed everything. 30 years old changed everything because it's like a different part of my brain turned on. It's like I saw things differently, you know. And
Mm-hmm.
it's like you. I was plugged into the matrix, and now I hit 30, and you know Morpheus came with the red pill and the blue pill, and I took the red pill, and now I'm outside the matrix, and I see things for what they really are. And that
Mm,
was the that was the final I would say kind of the final straw. Was 30 was like, yo, because I guess before that I didn't have anything that really motivated me to do so, because not even women, money, none of those things really motivated me to get out of that cocoon I was in. 30 years
mm-hmm.
old was like, okay, since you not nothing, no external things are motivating you, something internal has to motivate you. And
Mm,
that inner clock that we all have, where men think they don't have enough time and women think they have too much time, you know. That's one of our issues.
right,
We think they're gonna be young forever, and you gonna, hey, all these dudes who are interested, they always gonna be interested. Men think that, hey, well, I don't have enough time, I haven't accomplished this, I haven't accomplished that. It's men to
right,
have
right.
these things, men to have those things, and I don't
Mm-hmm.
have these things, so I feel like I am less than, you know.
Mm,
So 30 years old hit me like, yo, you behind. I mean, you're far behind. You need to get it together. And so now that I came out of the matrix, it is frustrating to a certain degree, especially now, because now that I've taken fear off of it and I can see things for what they are. When you try to talk to and explain to certain people about things you see, about what's going on, they can't see it. And it's, man,
right.
I want to tell you, it's so frustrating because my mom always tells me, she's like, Brandon, you think differently. Everybody doesn't think like you do. I say, Mom, but it's so logical. It seems so simple. It's so easy. I'm showing you this thing right here. It's right here in front of me. You can't see this, and they can't see it because they still
Right,
plugged in.
right. But also too, I had to learn something. B, I'm gonna piggyback off what you said about people can't see. And a big time, a lot of times, B, um, a reason why people can't see in your vision is because it's your vision, not theirs.
Yeah,
You know, and it's a burden on your heart. So it takes a while for people kind of to catch on. And here's the thing, people start to catch on to when that vision comes to life, and now it's popular.
mm-hmm.
Now you're relevant. But here's my thing. It's not that you popular, that you relevant. You was relevant in the beginning. Now
Yeah,
everybody wants to jump on that bandwagon, and that's why, I tell people, you know, you can't don't get so caught up into the likes. Don't get too so caught up into all the comments, because all it's going to take through consistency, and that's the thing, through the consistency, all it takes is one blow up.
that's
And
it.
I mean that all it takes is one blow up, to when you just really blow up, and the
Mm-hmm.
people who really didn't pay it no attention, now they want to pay attention. No, you're just paying attention because it's popular, and it then blew up because it's coming. It's impossible to be consistent at the thing at anything in life, and success not show up. Success is only going
Yeah,
to show up through consistency. But all it takes is that one spark to ignite that whole forest, and it blows up, and it's everywhere now. And people are like, oh my God, he is it me, or this dude been blown the heck up
yeah.
overnight? Now, it wasn't overnight. It took a while to
Took a
get there.
while.
You didn't see it in the beginning. Now, when everybody else sees it, now you see it. That is always how it happens. But that's why I said I'm always going to stay who I am. I could be a billionaire still dressed in t-shirt, cut off shirts, and I'm not, and because money don't make me, the man makes the money. It don't. It's,
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, I'm not gonna change my whole persona and lifestyle because
Mm-hmm.
I've got millions now. I got a lot more zeros in my bank account than I used to. No, I'm gonna be who I am, because now I'm gonna be fake. And I don't want to be fake. I don't want people
No.
to feel as if, oh, he's got this and he's got that, I can't talk to him and he's untouchable. No, man. I want to be a person of the people. So that's the thing. Not forgetting where you came from, so you're relatable to everybody.
Mm-hmm.
Again, I'm not changing nothing. because of money or prestige or success. So and that's the thing. But people are going to jump on once it blows up, it's like that. So it's so important to keep those people who are close to you and who was there right there at the beginning. My loyal
Yeah.
people, those people I'm gonna be taking care of. You
Right.
know.
That's it. See, Lisa Reed say some people equate success with monetary rewards instead of providing a platform that will help other people. Hey, and that's the other thing too. One of the reasons I started this and wanted to branch out outside of sports, because I knew I could talk other things, was the young men who I've come across from the years from whether I was coaching football to working at the college, or just being around the young kids and building something for them because they look up to it. They look up. I got
Right.
guys, young guys right now who watch me now. I see them every now and then and say, "Hey, I caught your show, caught this." So I have an obligation to spit this real, to give them what it is,
Right.
to let them know, because there's not a lot of, like we talked about yesterday, there's not a lot of male spaces. So that I can't
No.
be fearful. If I want to be an example for them, I myself can't be fearful. And besides not caring about what people say and what they think, and that freeing you from that fear, the other fear is the work you have to put in. Yeah, you're going to have to put in the work. Trust me. It's going to be the hardest thing you ever did
Ooh-wee.
in your life. You're going to have to put in the work. But one of the things that
Yeah, man.
we shouldn't make you fearful is, like you just said, Jay-Z said it too. You only have to be right once. That's all it
Once.
takes. One time. One time is
That's
all it
it.
takes, man. That's all it
That's
takes.
it,
One
man.
moment,
Yep.
one video,
Mm-hmm.
one sound,
Mm-hmm.
one meme, one song. What, it doesn't matter. One thing.
Yeah.
That's all it's going to take. One
That's
person.
all
One
it's gonna
person.
take. Yeah.
All it takes is one person, that specific person to see it. Like my sports
Uh-huh.
show that I do, somebody from Fox Sports, ESPN, Turner Sports could see it, and it's up from there. And they
Right,
they
right,
may
right.
want me a part of their part of their organization. So, but
Right,
that's
right,
all it's
right.
going to take, you know.
Yeah, man. Just once. Once that lightning strike that one time,
One time.
that's it, man. That's why I try to tell people, man, always be consistent. I did a podcast on consistency. Just be consistent. No matter what you do in this life, just be
Yeah.
consistent with it. And each time that you're consistent with it, don't half-ass it. Be consistent with it and be precise, be strategic, be on point. You know what I'm saying? Be on target and be focused. So that's the thing, man. You have to be consistent through anything to get any type of results. But don't be fearful of being consistent, because inconsistency, like you said, that's hard work. That's a part of hard
Yeah.
work. Don't be afraid of hard work. And we live in a society now, man. People don't want to work hard no more. They rather have things given to them. I had an instance. I don't want to say that. Should I say? Well, yeah, hell, Sean. I had an instance at a gas station today, and I was just like, man, nobody wants to work.
Hmm.
Nobody wants to work, man. You got people understaffed. Now that's the sad thing. Places are understaffed because people don't want to freaking work. I ain't
Hmm.
never seen that until this whole pandemic and COVID and all the unemployment, and all this stuff. Now people don't want to work. I said, man,
Hmm.
that's a damn shame. You go to most of these places they understand because people don't want to work. So jobs are out there, so many jobs out there. People rather just get a handout.
Yeah.
I'm like, dude, get
Yeah.
a job, bro. Get a job. Walking out here, a whole man asking for handouts, man. Get out there and bust your ass and get a job, bro. Yeah, but
Yeah.
that's where we at, man. People
Hey,
scared to
that's
work.
what.
Scared,
Scared to
scared. They
work. Scared to
scared of
work.
everything. Scared of being
Hey,
consistent.
shoot. Speaking of other fear, the bug, the C-19, and the fear that is. When I tell you that has been, I think has been used as a tool for those who are fearful. Now I know, yes, it's people who are passing. Yes, it is a real thing, but from 34 million cases to 700,000 deaths. I mean,
Right.
those numbers, we talking about most people who get it, who catch it, get over it and recover from it. But you got people who are so fearful, because of it, You know, they had no issue. They want you mask up. Let's see. Hold on. Oh yeah, this is another one. I was gonna bring this up too. Not everyone, the jobs don't pay enough money for the work they want you to do. Now, the lower paying jobs, yeah. So the people who, you know, you don't want to work at the lower paying jobs, you know, I get it. But if you are hurting for money, you better go flip some burgers until you can.
Hey, you do what you got.
you,
Hey, man, you gotta do
do
what
what
you
you got
gotta
to do.
do.
Yeah.
You
Now,
know.
if you comfortable, you getting them unemployment checks, you comfortable at the house, and you ain't got to work, you getting your money, stuff like that. Okay, cool. And you got other ventures you doing, trying to work on other stuff. Cool. But it was an article, and I gotta find an article. I saw it once, and I should have saved it, and I haven't found it since. But it talked about how, say, 40% of millennials are leaving their jobs
Mm,
over the next like 2 years or so. They're going to be leaving their jobs because a lot of them see that you're not, in order to achieve what they want to achieve, you can't do it in the confines of a 9 to 5. You know, you have to branch out. You have to get outside of that. And
right.
for them, for so many to be doing that, I think the greater fear is probably going into poverty because you're afraid to keep going upward, because a lot of people see what's coming. People see the inflation that's coming. You know, people see
Mm,
the middle class being, because middle class is going to dissipate in the next 10 to 20 years. And it's going to be the haves and the have nots. And right now is the time for you to grind and find out where you want to be at. You want to be part of the haves, or you want to be part of the have nots? But you're going to
mm-hmm.
have to work for it. If you're fearful, you're going to be part of the have nots. You're not going to go anywhere because fear is there to freeze you. It's going to trap you. It's going to keep you stagnant.
Mm. Wow. Inflation, huh?
And
Mm.
for inflation, $6 for milk, $4 for eggs. Hey, gas gonna be $5, man. Y'all tripping because it's already what, 3.30.
Yeah, it's climbing, man. It's climbing, man. You don't want to ask for the gas and what the cat gas is in like Cali right now.
Oh my
It's
goodness,
ridiculous.
I
Like
know it's ridiculous.
six something, like six and some change. I want to say.
Oh God, man,
Right,
I off
right.
that right there, I had to tell them. I was like, yo, I ain't got no gas. I can't make it today. I'm calling in. I'm using one of my sick days. I can't even afford to drive to work. $6 a gallon.
Man,
No.
it's up there, man. It's in a whole lot of different states, man. That junk is high, man. It's just ridiculous. But
Mhm.
man, that fear, mm, ooh, that fear, boy, man, fear would. Oh my God, even in relationships.
Oh man, yeah. Let's talk about that real quick.
Man,
Fear
I'll
in
let you go.
relationship.
Go ahead and hit it, B.
So fear in relationships, man. Um, I'll say one of the fears that it's been talked about, it's been brought up because now that we are peeling back the layers of marriage, you know, thanks to Jada Pinkett Smith and Gabrielle Union constantly embarrassing their husbands for the world to
Oh, I
see
don't even.
on a
I don't.
regular basis.
Hey, you keep talking. I'm gonna walk over here for a second. But I ain't even. I don't even know what Gabrielle Union said.
Oh my goodness, dude. She wrote a
What
whole
did?
book about it, man. She wrote a
Are
whole
you
book about it.
serious?
That yeah, she
Are
put
you?
it, she put what the stuff that her and Dwayne Wade went through and him having a side baby and all of that. Yeah, man.
Ah, she put
She
that out there.
yeah, and then there's some old videos of her surfacing, talk about like once she got out of the divorce and how she pretty much had a hit list and they was pretty much all F boys. And so she went and wrote the carousel like divorcees do. People get out of marriages, they usually go buck wild. And you know, she admitted that that's what she did. But I'm like, why, you're a married woman? Why are you talking about that? Stop talking about that.
I can't believe she put it out there. Like,
She put it out there like that. Man, she told Steph Curry and Aisha Curry that they don't need to get married. They should break up. They shouldn't be together because they were too young.
hmm?
Yeah, yeah, that's what she told them. She told them y'all too young. Y'all need to go explore, which means go sleep around and then come back. That's what that means. But anyway,
I'm tripping
talking
off
about
a hit list.
right. But talking about fear, that fear, and she alluded to fear of missing out. That's one of the things that they've been talking about, where they got married young. See, like Will and Jay, they were 22 when they got married. Steph and Naisha have been together since they were teens, so they haven't had many experiences outside of that. Now Will
Right.
and Jada, we found out that they've been they've been doing all kind of stuff. It's been it's been a clown world over there, man. Just but anyway, the fear of missing out, like, you see, especially with majority of people being single today, you see your single friends and what they're doing. Women see their single friends, men see their single friends, they see the life they lead, especially if they're with this guy and with this girl. They think that they're missing something because they're with one person. That fear right there, that fear breaks up relationships, I think, more than any other fear. That fear of missing out because you're tied down to this person and you can't experience other people, I guess.
Wow. Wow. Yeah. Um, the, the fear in relationships, man. I'm gonna touch on this. Just the fear to talk about what you want from your partner. The communication is
Yeah,
so bad. People are afraid to talk about certain things with the woman that they with or with the man that they with.
yeah,
How is the relationship going to get to the next level when we have a huge barrier in between our communication? Because one person is scared or both people are scared. Again, man, fear just it cripples so many things, man, even your relationships.
yeah.
So you can't, that's why it's so important to overcome fear, you know, and you should be able to talk to your partner about anything.
Yeah,
They should be your best friend.
yeah.
They should be your best friend. So, but like me and you and Cheryl discussed on yesterday, which man, man, she was amazing, wasn't she?
She was good. If y'all haven't
She,
seen that show, go to Sean's
man,
page and check out that show we did yesterday.
yeah.
I shared it on
I
my page
mean,
too, so it's on my page.
it's so dope. We all three agreed that you have to take judgments out of it in order for
Hmm.
people to be themselves. And man, we expound on that so much, which I really love because, you know, if your partner is afraid to talk to you about something, it's always because you have always judged them in something, some type of capacity, whether it's in the present or the past.
Yeah.
And that's why people are afraid to really be themselves in a relationship.
Oh, what
Mm.
about the fear also? The fear when someone, especially, and we know women do this, when they weaponize your insecurities and your vulnerabilities against you and throw them back up in your face. Now you're
Ooh,
fearful to open up again.
ooh,
Mm,
that's a real one.
that's a big one. Mm-hmm.
Because for me, I've had relationships with people where um, I hate to admit I've had more relationships than most. Ah, boy, I'm
You,
crazy.
hey,
Listen,
you already know who talking trash.
no,
you know
I
she,
know
you
you.
know she.
I know the light skinned bombers always talking trash. I already know that.
Yes.
But I ain't gonna say nothing to her. If something pop up, I ain't gonna be surprised.
Mm-hmm.
She may decide to be quiet on this one. I don't know.
Yes.
If something
Or she
popping
might be
up,
over there like this. I know he ain't.
right, 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 Brandon. You know what I'm saying?
Mm,
So I've had instances where I've divulged some deep dark things to my partner, and then she threw it up
mm-hmm.
in my face later,
Yep.
and then wonder why the communication stopped. Oh, it seemed like you pushing away from me, or you push back, or whatever, and not even realizing what she did.
Mm-hmm.
Exactly what our topic was about. Like
Oh, she
I
said,
know
I
she
have
said.
not said a word.
That's all you need to say right there, Robin.
That's
That's all
it.
you need to say. That's it.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like we were talking about yesterday. Um, Contributing factors for the demise or the success of the relationship and what direction it takes when it's over.
Yeah.
She don't realize what she did that caused me not to close up and not to communicate with her no more. Because for men, it's hard for us to communicate, to be open. And for when a man is being open with you about anything, that means he trusts you, he feels safe with you, and he feels like you're not going to judge him because
Yeah.
of the love that you guys share. So when he opens up to you, you should be privileged and honored that he wants to talk to you instead of go talking to his boys about it or
Yeah.
the chick at work about it,
Yeah.
where she can take advantage of his vulnerability and all of a sudden he's stepping out on his wife. So that's why most men, once they open up and the woman put his shits on it,
Yep.
he's not gonna never open up to you again. You've pretty much you've lost half of him based off of that. But
Yeah.
if she really cares about the relationship, she would she would do whatever she got to do to be gets back in his good graces, so he can trust her again. But hey, it just takes one time with me. I'm not open up to you about nothing else.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm just
Yeah.
not. I just can't do it because I don't
Yeah.
do
And
that
then
to you.
yeah. And then it always comes at a time when it's they're angry. Like it's out of
Yeah,
anger, you know,
yeah,
and it's hard to it's hard to come back from that because once you said it and you're especially and she's upset, you know that she spoke her heart. She
right.
said exactly what she wanted to say, and there was
Yeah.
no mixed words. I didn't mean
Mm-mm,
that. Nothing. Mm-mm.
mm-mm,
That's
mm-mm,
exactly how she felt. You should believe her when she does that every single time.
mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
Yeah. Let's see. Let's see. Men will not be open in their new relationship because of the trauma they have experienced in their previous relationship. Hey, Fort Knox, baby, locked down. And you ain't got the key, Lisa Reed. You can't get in. You can't get in. I gotta let you in first. You gotta do the work. You got
Yeah.
hey, you can't dial it up like you calling up some pizza. You gotta go inside and do the work.
Mm-hmm. And here's the thing: to piggyback off what you and Lisa said, Lisa, you're absolutely right. But my mom has always told me, Sean, the woman who's willing to invest in you, she's gonna take the time to understand you, and she's not gonna have a time limit or timeline or time frame in her mind to understand you. And where
Mm-hmm.
women mess up, they be talking about, I want it. Well, I think it's time. It's time for us to get married because you freaking feel like it. Because you feel like it's time. What women fail to realize when a man is interested in you,
Mm-hmm.
he is taking his time to observe you, to study you. And
Yeah.
someone's like, oh, it don't take that long. No, buddy, I gotta watch your ways. I gotta
Yes.
see how you live. I
Mm-hmm.
gotta live. I gotta make sure that the theory that my grandma used to say, women who have a dirty house have a dirty coochie. I gotta see all that stuff.
Right. We
So,
got to see that.
because Grandma Louise, Auntie Deborah, and Gwen, they ain't been wrong about nothing. That whole rule about a woman that's got a dirty house, got a dirty coochie is supremely true.
Yeah.
I have been through it. I'm here to tell you, I've been
Hey,
through it.
hey,
That
hey,
is true.
hey, I've been on the north side of Jacksonville in certain apartment complexes that people don't want to venture into. Washington Heights, Ken Knighton, Cleveland Arms, with
You talking
chicks in
about the
there.
names.
And I will say, yes, some of them had clean places, but the ones who had dirty places, you better believe, yes, sir. Mm-hmm.
Hey,
For
listen.
sure.
So that's why, ladies, you got to take the time and realize this person is trying to observe and study you because he knows a man has to have a percentage to cultivate his woman.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, for people
Yeah.
who don't know what cultivate means, you need to look that up in the Webster's dictionary.
Right.
Because to cultivate, you are going to make her better, and she's
Mm-hmm.
going to make you better.
Yeah.
But you got to use a small percentage to cultivate, because when you cultivate, she's following your lead. So
Yeah.
she's learning how to be a better woman through how you lead her, and understanding her position as your woman is going to force her, and she's going to want and have the desire to be a better woman for you,
Right.
if that makes
That's
sense, B.
that does make sense. Lisa Reed say, "I got a big ass key, B." They say to my men be dirty too. We know men are dirty. That's why this is the thing. That's why women's like, well, why I can't be with a bunch of guys? Men be with a bunch of women. Men are disgusting. We are dirty, and men know men. So if you've been with a bunch of us, chances are you come across some dirty ones and you let them touch you.
Hmm. Hmm.
Yeah,
And women, y'all should know the history of men. This has been going on since the book of Genesis. Do we have to go back that far? Do we have to go back to BC to break this
yeah,
down and understand, to break down and understand the nature of man?
right.
Okay. Men are fighting through their ancestors that is living in the antibodies inside their bodies of their ancestors. You
Mm-hmm.
know what I'm saying? Men are fighting
Yeah,
through all that stuff. So all these problems that you guys go through with women, I mean with men, this has been going on since the beginning with wives and concubines. So I'm not justifying that. Listen to Robin.
yeah. She's talking about
I'm
preach,
not
preacher.
preacher. I'm gonna get her when I see her on Monday. But all I'm saying is that we can't forget about the history.
Yeah,
And that's why I love having conversations with women. It's like, because women always talk, Sean, why y'all cheat so much? Why this? Why? I say, okay, first of all, in my defense, I'm not gonna throw rocks in a glass house, because I'm one of those guys.
yeah,
I have messed
yeah,
up royally. I have
yeah.
screwed up. I have cheated on women who've not done anything wrong. You're perfect, beautiful, whatever. Because I used to have a nosy penis. Okay?
Yeah,
There we go. We have it. So I'm
yeah.
always gonna keep the spotlight on me, y'all, because I don't want y'all ever thinking that Sean is perfect. Sean gonna let you know it's dirt. You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? I used
Mm-hmm.
to be a nasty MF. I ain't even gonna
Hey,
lie.
hey, you know what they
You know?
call them in the hood? Dirty D Rodney. That's what they in the hood. Dirty D Rodney. Yeah.
Go, Dirty D.
Hey, we know those guys because we are those guys.
Yeah. you know,
Yeah.
brother is reformed now, but
Yeah.
still,
I'm
I
smarter
can't
now.
not, I can't not, I can. This is one thing I don't like about some brothers. How you gonna knock a brother when you used to do what a brother doing right now?
Right now.
I got partners of mine, they doing their thing, and women be, hey Sean, what's up with your boy, blah blah. I'm like, if you expect me to knock, you expect me to knock him when I done that stuff times 10?
Done it.
I can't judge my brothers out there, man. When I
Yeah.
done what I do, all I can do is give you one of these and be
Mm-hmm.
like, look, I used to do what he do too, but I can't judge that. That makes me I'm a sucker dude for doing
Mm-hmm.
for even doing that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You can't I can't just do that, man. It's just
Yeah.
it is what it is, man. Because I used to be that guy.
Yeah.
So
Um, and this is one of the things that to explain it to you ladies, especially ladies who are like, well, why these guys are such cheaters? Well, I'll explain it to you. So this isn't an excuse, but it's just kind of give you an understanding of men and our psyche, what we go through, especially when it comes to women. So when we're coming up, men are born, you're born with pretty much zero value. As a man, you have to build your value. So there's
right.
only a small percentage of men who hit the genetic lottery. So you got the guys who hit the genetic lottery, you got the guys who are athletes, who are the ones who have status, the ones who have the exceptional looks or whatever. Those guys who you in middle school and he doggone near 6 foot tall. Those are rare guys. So, but women like those guys. So those guys have an abundance of choice very early. So by the time they get up, and they get older, they've already been there, done that. Girls have already been on them. But most guys don't experience that. Most guys are in scarcity. Well, most women are not interested in them until they build some type of value. So now and it takes time. Average age of a millionaire is 62 years old. So it takes time to build this stuff. But once he gets there, he gets open to options that he's never had before. And he probably goes buck wild when he does that. That's why we tell you, as far as men who are successful, if you want to catch them, the best time to catch them is when they have nothing. They're going to be more willing to commit to you. Now, once they got it all, you're like, no, you here because I got it all. Now, no. And then she's interested. And then he's going to run the gamut. That's what it is. It's not an excuse. It's just an explanation,
And he ain't got dimes as interested. He got 20s.
Yeah. Yeah. And that's the.
Yeah. So
the girls.
That's real talk.
That's real talk. The girls that were in high school and college that were exceptionally beautiful, who he pined after, who he couldn't get, he got access to them now, and they still that same age. They in that college age. They in them 20s and those 30s, and he got access to them now. Now that he done built himself up, and he's in his 40s and 50s, he can go pick a 20 and 30-year-old right off the assembly line. Yeah, man. That's what it is, man. That's what it is. I look. Hey, hold on. What Lisa Reed say? She said, "Yep." And those are the guys that women be giving it up to while they have the nice guy paying their bills. Hey, they call it alpha seed, beta need. Meaning, hey, you got the guys you're gonna have for fun and guys you're gonna sleep around with, and then you got the guys who, after you done doing that and you want to retire your WAP. You like, oh, I'll choose him, the guy who's been hanging around. He done built himself into something. Now I'm interested. Now, back in the 90s, you did it. They was giving out stepdads in the 90s like free samples at the mall. Dudes were signing up real quick. What? I used to want her all the time, and now she got kids, and now she want me. Okay, cool. I'm signing my life away, and I'm gonna do that. But what we've seen over the last couple of years, Sean, is that those men who did become stepfathers, they've been telling their stories about what they went through. And when I hear some of that, for every story of, oh, yes, it was a great experience. They still married. They've been together for years. Their children appreciate him, even though he's not their father. The wife appreciates what he does, even though he's not the man that she originally wanted. You'll hear some of those stories. But most of the stories you hear, Sean, is them not being appreciated for the sacrifices they made because he's not the man that she originally wanted, which was the father of the children. And you're not the children's father. Being a parent is a thankless job to begin with, but to be a step parent, it's hard to get me to see where a man benefits in that situation, especially today. Unless you got grown. Now, if you got grown kids, ladies, this ain't for the ladies who got grown kids. You got grown kids, yeah, your kids out the house. We could chill.
Yeah, we talking about them little rats running around in diapers.
Yeah, that especially if he's an older man too. Yeah, could you imagine, Sean? You talk to a girl right now. She got a 1-year-old. You gonna run away? You gonna run for the hills right now, ain't you?
I can't do it, man. Because in my eyes, my daughter 5, but she grown in my eyes. She's just self-sufficient. You know, so it's like, yeah. I can't go back. Again? I can't go back to waking up in the middle of the night. I can't go back to them changing them poopy diapers. I can't go back to that, man. I just can't. I couldn't do it. I just couldn't do it. And I'm not judging this. I'm like, man, I ain't got the patience. I ain't got the time. For one, I'm like, no, man. No, my little baby, my baby girl, 5 years old. Ain't no more coming after that. Hell, she ain't supposed to be here. You know what I'm saying? I mean, just be honest. I'm like, what? I'm like, God dang. Why you get your little ass here? You know, you just ain't supposed to be happening. I'm
Mm-hmm.
done. You know, so but heck no, bro. I couldn't go back to oh no. I can't. Man,
Right.
hey, can we switch that topic? I don't even want to talk about that, man. I'm clowning, dog.
Hey, you clowning. You clowning
I'm
today.
straight clowning today, man.
You clowning today.
It's Saturday, B. Brother feeling
Hey,
good, man.
Lisa say cut it. Leave her alone. To my leave her alone.
What's she talking
Yeah,
about?
that's she say
She talking
leave. She
about
say
Giselle.
leave her alone. Yeah, talking about
Oh
Giselle.
man, Giselle. Hey man, whatever. I pay the cost to be the boss, so I can mess with her anytime I want to, Miss Reed. You want to pay one of these
Anytime.
bills, then you can start talking.
Yeah. But hey, that's
Shoot.
another fear, Sean. The fear of
What?
being played. Men are going through that right now when it comes to
Right.
marriage and why men are walking away from marriage. And a lot of guys are walking away from relationships. Guys like they just don't want to do it anymore. It's the fear of being played, the fear of me
Right.
committing and being a protector and a provisioner. And then she either ups and leaves, talking about she's not happy. She, cheats on me with another guy or whatever, or hey,
Right.
divorce me and take half of my pension, my 401k, my assets, properties, vehicles. Dudes don't want to go through that. That is a fear, and
Right.
you hear it now. Women are starting to see that. Men, he's like, man, why do these guys don't want to be in relationships? I see women on TikTok, man. If you haven't been on TikTok and seen the side of the dating TikTok,
Mm-mm.
that right there, it encapsulates what's going on the dating market right now, and women are like just fed up with it. That's why I got a show I'm doing Wednesdays called Dating versus Courting. I think Chelsea Brewer is her name. She's gonna come on with me Wednesday, and we're gonna talk about that. And it's a fear for men. She's sick of dating. She wants to court. She wants to marry. And I told her, I was like, well, baby, time, the clock is ticking. If you are serious about it, you need to get with it now, because as time passes, more and more guys are gonna be like, nah, I just hook up and go make money.
Dang, B, you be talking about you be putting these chicks on the stock market. What is the Dow today?
Right.
What hey boy, you be having me rolling. When I say, man, B damn near got these women on the stock market right now. No,
Hey,
hey, that stock plummeted, but hey, that stock just dropped 4 points.
hey, how's my Shibu Inu coin doing? How's my Bitcoin doing? How's my Klee coin doing? Please let me know.
Hey, boy,
Is
I'm
gold
dying
up?
off of that one, boy. I'm dying off of that stock
Is
market.
gold today? Is silver up today?
Hey, your background shit, you should have the stock market background.
Stock market right now.
And it's constantly moving.
Oh, the roll and a ticker behind me.
Hey, boy, you talking about somebody that would lose it? Well, that'd be funny. That should be your permanent. It should be your permanent background, man. Oh, there you go with that stock market background.
For sure.
Oh, me, that thing is hilarious, man. That thing is hilarious. But
Yeah,
it's so true, man. And
it's true.
I hate that the world is like that, man. Because
Yeah,
for me, I'm not. Me and my mom talked about this too, because my mom talked about age brackets and things. My mom talked about how women do things at a certain age. Okay, men can do things if he keeps himself up constantly for so long. If
hmm
he's, as long as he's taking care of his body, because they just majority of men they really season very well if they're taking
yeah.
care of themselves.
Taking
Only
care
if
of
they're taking
themselves.
care of themselves. I ain't talking about them dudes who look like they having one of them eight baby pregnancies. I ain't talking about them guys. You know what I'm
No,
saying?
or the
Yeah,
dudes who who done drunk and parted their way into just looking like the crypt keeper. We're not talking about
we ain't talking about it. We talking about
that.
all I got is that vision of the crypt keeper. But my boy, that's funny,
mm,
boy. But we talking about men who take care of themselves and age and season gracefully. You know, they gonna have they pick of their litter. So there are women out here now that are taking care of themselves who are looking great and phenomenal too. Like it's like, man,
Yes.
bodies banging. They in their 50s and 60s. You like, what in the
I
world?
see
I
him in the
mean, just
grocery store, Sean. I seen a lady. She looked like she
man,
could be.
dude.
She old. She was older than my mama, Sean. I know she was, and I was looking at her like
Mm,
Miss Gladys. Lord have
mm.
mercy. Mm-mm-mm.
Man, I mean,
Mm-mm-mm.
but and sure, you gonna have dudes who want to deal with older women. So,
Yeah.
but you got to make sure, ladies, that you are really taking care of yourself. I saw a meme. I say, boy, that internet is undefeated. The meme had it was a lady. She was like extremely overweight, mean like a cartoon. It was a cartoon meme. It had hair on the stomach, just extremely overweight. Talking about I want a man that's 6 foot and making over $100,000, and this is
Yeah.
what we be looking like. So
Yes.
I be like, man, come on, man. And when I hear women talk, sometimes I just be like, wow, the their high list of demands, and a women probably have 100 things, and men probably got maybe three.
Yeah. Yeah. And it's funny as their age goes up, the the requirement and the standards go up.
Mm,
It's crazy because well they done been through this, they done been done this way, they've been done that way. That's like the ones who come to the table and they're like, well, you have to wine and dine me, you have to invest in me, you gotta apply pressure, you gotta do this. But yeah, because they dealt with guys and they're still caught up on dudes who didn't care. And they don't know what
right,
they got sick of that. They got tired of that because they're so drawn to this guy, and it's because he doesn't care. So they want the next guy to just overcompensate. They want him to overcorrect. They want him to be all up front with the flowers and the please, baby, baby, please. And dudes today like, no, just like you don't owe me sex, I don't owe you romance. I don't.
right, right. That part. Mm,
Yeah. See, Lisa Reese say you have to know your value and not deal with these clowns in the dating pool. Life is too short to deal with people who don't want the same things. And that's easy. That's easily rectified by if people are honest up front. All you gotta do is be honest. Be honest about your intentions. I'll tell any guy, especially young guys, the young guys who want to date and they out here and they want to date, but you don't have much money. You the look as far as looks, money, status on that scale, you're coming up short by a lot. But you still want to
right.
date. You still desire women. First of all, you need to be focused on your purpose. But there's nothing wrong if you want to whether you want to get on dating apps or whatever, but to when you start dealing with women, one of the best things you can do is tell the truth. Tell the unapologetic truth. Hey, tell the unapologetic truth. Tell it because once you tell a lie, you got to remember the lie. And if you forget the lie, you got to tell a lie to cover the lie that you forgot. And
Right.
it's another never-ending cycle. You're gonna have to keep telling lies to cover lies. So go ahead, tell the truth. Yes, she does look fat in that dress. She does. Yes. So go ahead, tell her. Let her know.
Hmm. Brothers, I'm telling you, for a person who was like a notorious liar and probably could write a book on lying, it ain't worth it, bro. Just be straight up and
Mm-hmm.
just let her know what your intentions is. Bro, if you know she wants to get married, and your take is, look, I don't know when I'm gonna get married again. I'm some days I feel as if I want to, some days I feel as if I don't. She won't have to constantly keep bringing it up because she see where you
Yeah.
stand, and then tell her the reasons behind your thought process on that.
Mm-hmm.
Either she's going to be a grown enough woman to understand and respect that, and be like, hey, you know what? I love this dude. Marriage, yes, it's a title. It's in the eyes of God. It's right in the eyes of God, the whole 9 yards.
Yeah.
But I can't force this guy to be ready for something that he's not ready for. Either I'm going to be patient with him and love this man, or I guess I got to bow out gracefully and just constantly be on the hunt for somebody who's looking for to be married. And then, you know, I, the reasons why people want to be married, you got to find out those. Does that person just want to marry you, or does that person want to be a true wife? Does that dude just want to marry you, or does he really truly want to be a husband to you?
Yeah.
You got to understand that. And you got to have those. You can't be afraid and be in fear, like this topic, to be honest of what you want and your expectations, but be very, very, very careful and learn and understand to manage your expectation so it don't turn into paranoia and mistrust of yourself and your partner. So all that stuff, that fear, that's a big circle of fear that you guys got to be able to be able to walk out of and talk about it like adults, and there's no harm, no foul after that.
Hey, yeah, for sure. Miss Brooks says, "Why do the guys who have let themselves go, but they want the finest chicks they see, but they are overweight and bald?" I can explain that real quick.
Hey, I'm bald. I'm bald. What you got against bald, dude?
Hey, it's very simple, and it's the same
Right,
thing on the women. It's the same thing on the women's side, probably, but I know for men for sure, I can speak to this. The reason they still want to find chicks, even when they let themselves go, is because they don't want to sleep with themselves. They don't want the women to look like them. Come on, no, no. And then men are
right,
hardwired and biologically wired to want young, attractive women. That's what we see. Those are the things. That woman is the most attractive to most men. Now, do all men deal with young women? No, it's men. They're like, I can't take they don't have no conversation. It's like, is they annoying? I can't take it. You have those guys. They're like, I've done it and I'm over it. And they'll date older women. But most
right.
guys are going to want young women. But all guys can't have them.
Man,
Let's see. Lisa Reed say, when you are attractive and in shape as an older woman, you could date the daddy or the son or both. Lisa Reed is on demon time. That's wow. Wow.
Lisa Reed, Lisa talk like she the best thing since sliced bread, boy. She be talking that talk, don't she?
She be talking that. Nesco, what's going on, Ness?
Lisa Reed be talking that talk, boy. Like, boy, you can't do nothing but laugh. Like, dang, okay.
Hey, what can I say to that?
Yeah, what I don't even know how to respond to that. So it's like, okay, all right, we gonna let Lisa Reed be Miss Lisa Reed. Do your thing. Do your thing.
All right.
Yeah, man.
So let's see. What we got? We about an hour in or so. So let's see. What's the closer? Some of your closing thoughts, sir? Put a bow on this. Hold on. Let's see what Lisa say. I know what I bring. I got the receipts in my DM. I have seen some of those receipts. I've seen some of that. She say, men think like Lisa. Yeah, they do.
I keep telling Miss Reed, they just want one thing.
One thing.
It's a different than they wanted to sleep with you. It's a whole different dynamic when they want to cuff you. Boom. I keep telling you, I be trying to school y'all women on that. My mom been telling me that one for years. Don't get misconstrued between sex and commitment. 90% of them dudes in your DMs don't want no commitment from you, Miss Reed.
No.
And I'm speaking from a male's perspective. You can get in your woman feelings all you want to. I mean, it is what it is. But that is true talk. Women don't like to hear that. But how do I know that? How do I know that 90% of men that try to holler at you just want one thing? And where did I get that information? Let me get real close to you. I got it from a woman, and it was my mother. She was true to the game, and she was hip to that. A lot of women fall on their face every time because they get so caught up into dudes trying to holler at them. Baby, he trying to get what's in between your legs. What happened after that? Well, it's like playing Russian roulette. So good luck to you. But don't get your head so big, because it is inevitable. It's gonna get burst when you think that's what it is. That ain't what it is, baby. It's hard to get a man to commit to you, easy to get him to sleep with you. Don't get caught up. Don't play yourself, is all I'm saying. Please don't play yourself. Because I see tons of women all the time play themselves. So.
Yeah, I see it all the time too.
That's
somebody called. Hey, Twitter fingers calling you out. She said, "Cause you did it too."
Robin, why are you telling the people something that they already know? I've already confessed my sins, Robin. Yes, I have done that, Robin. You are absolutely right. Majority of my life, Robin, you are correct.
Yeah. Majority of the women that I talk to
Yeah,
today, that's pretty much it. I I have no interest outside of that. It's what it
right,
is.
right. It
You
is what
know.
it is.
So yeah, and that's for that. Let's see. Absolutely, a real woman is hip to the game. That's what Lisa Reed say. Yeah, real woman. She hip to the game, so she know. He said, Robert said, just saying. She was just saying. That's all, Sean. She was just saying.
She got it.
That's all.
She always got to remind me of things. Right,
Yeah.
right. Just saying.
She Sean, you could never forget where you came from because she's gonna always be there to
She
remind
always gonna remind me.
you.
I ain't got no beef with you, Smooth. I'm just saying.
Mm-hmm. Right.
She's something else, man. She's something else.
Yeah.
But in closing, you know, you should never. You should want more for yourself. What is personally, professionally, business, whatever. You should want more for yourself. But in order to get more for yourself, in order to see the value in yourself and what your worth is and knowing your purpose, the only way you're going to realize that is to step out of that fear.
Yeah.
Step out of fear, step out of fear and start just stepping in faith and belief in yourself and always bet on you at the end of the day. That's my final thoughts.
Yeah. Hey, wherever you're uncomfortable, get a chair, place it there, and get comfortable. You have to be
Mm,
comfortable with being uncomfortable because that uncomfortability will keep fire in your feet. It's going to keep you on your toes. It's going to keep you pushing forward because being sedentary comfortability, you rest on your laurels.
that's right.
What's that? I think it's Eric Thomas, the what they call him, the hip hop preacher. He said that. He said he was talking about the alligator. Now I think I played it on one of my other broadcasts, and he talked about the alligator. He said, you know, the best time to kill an alligator, he said, is right after it eats. He said it goes into like this paralyzed state where it really can't move after it eats. He said that's the best time to kill it. And he said, so once you taste a little bit of success, you're not hungry no more. You don't want to eat no more. You know, so
Mm,
you can't let fear keep holding you back. You got to continue to press forward. And I was
right.
thinking this the other day, I forgot all about it. But say what's the song? God has not given us a spirit of fear, but the Lord has given us power. And that's real. That's real. That's one of the realest things I'd ever heard in my entire life. Is that
Hmm.
we've never been given the spirit of fear. Those who came before us, they weren't fearful. You think, hey, dog sicked on them, water holes, lynchings, whippings, beatings, fearful? No, those people they kept pressing forward. Now you had those who that they were comfortable where they were. They didn't want to move. Harriet Tubman talked about it. She said she wanted to free everybody, but she couldn't. Because so many of them were just indoctrinated to stay on the plantation. But for
Right.
those who just maybe didn't have the way, didn't have the information or the option to do so, she helped free those people who were not fearful and who wanted to move on and get away. So you have to get over that fear because it's going to paralyze you. The prison of the mind. You're going to be boxed in right here. Everywhere you go, every waking moment, you're going to be a prisoner in your own body, in your own
Right.
mind. You have to keep
Hmm.
pressing forward. Think about it this way: stagnation is death. I don't know what else can motivate you outside of that, but stagnation is death.
Exactly. Mm,
Let's see. Next gonna say right, Sean, but it's because the world still chases what their eyes can see instead of what's really important, and that is what you can't see. Oh yeah, yeah. Her body, and the way she looks is not going to raise your children.
right.
Who she is, her morals, her values, her support
Hmm.
system, her foundation. That's what's going to raise your children. Her mindset.
Exactly.
Yeah,
Hmm. All day.
yeah,
All day.
all day
Yes, sir.
long, man. I appreciate
Good
y'all
stuff,
for
man.
tuning in.
Mhm.
We will be back. What Monday? We'll be back Monday. So hey,
Monday,
it's
man.
just one day. We giving you a 1 day break, and then we coming. We coming back to hit you back over the head. Coming
Yeah,
right back
yeah,
to hit you
yeah.
back over the head.
True that.
Let's
True
see.
that. That's
We get
right.
this last one from Nesco. He said, "Women chase men with a great physique until she find out he's gay. Men chase women with an awesome body until they find out she's community property or toxic. It's not what goes into a man that defines him or her; it's what comes out." That's true. Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah. Once mate selection, and I was thinking about this the other day. Once mate selection was given to children, we've been backwards ever since. Think about it. Mate selection was the parents' responsibility. They chose who you ended up being with. They chose when they
Mm.
were arranged marriages,
Right,
or when
right,
guys wanted to
right.
court, you went to her father, right? So
Mm-hmm.
and the father vetted the men. The parents vetted the partners for the daughters or the sons. But now you've given mate selection to the kids. Kids is teenagers. You got girls. I heard a teenage girl. She delivered her baby because she watched an instructional video off YouTube, Sean. Her parents didn't know she was pregnant because her mom was blind and her dad was like a night watchman, so he was rarely home during the night. He was home during the day, but he was asleep. So she
Mm-hmm.
was able to hide a whole pregnancy, and she delivered the baby in her room off a YouTube instructional video. And the only way they found out that she had a baby was because they heard the baby crying one day and went in the room and found out she had a baby. Didn't know the
God
girl was
damn.
pregnant.
That is crazy, man.
Is that not crazy?
That's the
But
craziest
we
thing I've ever
we
heard.
we've given mate selection to children, man. To
Mm,
children.
mm,
They're
mm, mm.
children. Teens to late teens to even early 20s. That's still a childlike mindset. And you're able to out here go make whatever decision. But that's the way the world wants to be. Everybody wants to do what they want to do. Nobody tell them what to do. And this is the result you get.
Mm, mm,
Because you
mm,
don't
mm.
you don't have the discernment. You don't have the discernment. A dad, you could spot, and Sean, you could spot those dudes a mile away.
Oh yeah, easy,
Those dudes that are
easy.
no good, you spot a mile away.
Oh yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
a
You know
woman,
it.
a woman, woman could spot a no good woman a mile away. She
Oh
gonna let
yeah.
you know that's a no good
Mm-hmm.
woman. But
Yeah.
we don't have that now. Yeah,
No, not
so
no more, man. Not no more.
yeah, but
Mm.
it is what it is, man. I
What it
appreciate. Hey,
is,
make sure
bro.
y'all follow Sean on all his social media. Sean Taylor, TikTok, Twitter,
Yeah.
Instagram. Tailor made for you training. Hey, go
Mm-hmm.
go check it out. Hey, go check out our show we did yesterday.
Yeah.
Check that out, and we will be back Monday. We'll be on Sean's podcast Monday. So, and
Mm-hmm.
we'll see y'all then, man. But until next
Yeah.
time, y'all, we are out of here. Peace out,
Peace.
y'all.